It's Hillbillies in the Bush, and today I'm going to show you how I made an alcohol stove that Ryan and I tried out in the cave there the other day. And what you're going to need is, you're going to need one of these bottles. These are one of them heavy-duty aluminum bottles. And the dimensions you're wanting to put on the bottle will be 1 7/16 inches. And you want an 1 3/4 line. And then you're going to want a 6 1/4 and 7 3/4. That one will be up here, 6 1/4. There'll be an 1 3/4 here and 1 7/16 here. And what is the best way to do that, or the easiest way I've found, is to get your piece of cardstock, fold it over, put your 1 7/16, 1 3/4, and so on. And then what I did was I just kind of laid it, let's see if I can get this right, laid it up against the bottle like this and kind of clamp it, and then bring it up here and start marking them off with a magic marker. It's probably the easiest way to do it. After you get your lines laid out, on the other side of the cardstock I laid out the 1/2 inch marks all down the edge. What this is for, this is to wrap around the bottle. And by the way, you can just, once you lay out these lines all the way around the bottle, then you can roll your cardstock flat like this and draw the line all the way around it. But you lay out 1/2 inch marks down through here. This is where your holes are going to be. Let me see if that'll pick that up. The bottom line is where your holes are going to be, the little cross lines. Once you get it all laid out, then what you need to do is drill the holes first. And the reason you want to do that is you're not putting that much pressure on it. These are pretty thick bottles. But if you drill your holes first, you won't have to worry about pushing too hard and bending. These bottles have to be, anything that you're going to use has to be dent free. And I'll show you why after a bit. But anyway, get your bottle laid out, and then the next step is to cut it. And I used a Dremel. And basically, there's your first cut, your second cut, and your third cut after you drill your holes. As you can see, the holes are already been drilled in this. Now what you're going to end up with is a burr on the inside of all this. Just take you some sandpaper, coarse sandpaper, and gently rub and scratch them burrs out. You don't want to sit there and grind away a whole bunch of metal. This aluminum, well, I got pretty coarse sandpaper, but this aluminum cleans up pretty easy. And while you're doing this, you can get the inside of them holes as well, because they'll be burred up. The holes I drilled are like 1/16, something like that. They're pretty small holes. And then after you get the inside smooth like that, you can just kind of go around the outside and get any burr that's come out on the outside. Then after I get the holes deburred on the inside, then what I do is I take my drill bit and I poke it in each one of the holes and just kind of spin it a little bit, and that'll clean out any burr that's left. And basically go all the way around it and just kind of take and twist it a little bit. Now if you find out that the burr's back on the inside, which it probably won't be, but if it is, sand a little more and then go clean all your holes out again. And do the same thing for this one. These are the only two pieces you need out of this bottle. These two here you can throw away. But do the same thing here. Take your sandpaper, go inside it, go inside here, and then just kind of lightly scuff the outside. You're also going to need to cut 4 slots through here. You really wouldn't need to do this because your cut may not be perfect and it's going to let it come through, but I did it anyway. But anyway, after you get them cleaned up, then this is what you're going to end up with. As you can see, this one's got the slots cut in it. They're not very deep, just little, probably a 1/16 of an inch down in there. And these are all nice and clean. The hose has been deburred all the way around, deburred on the outside and the inside of here. Well, actually I just got done doing these slots and I haven't deburred those yet. But what the slots are for is to allow the alcohol to basically travel into the area that turns it into a gas. But anyway, like I say, if this cut's uneven a little bit, that's going to allow it in there. So, you know, the slots really aren't that important. I just did it just to be on the safe side. And basically what you're going to end up with is 2 pieces. And you're going to invert these in like this and press them together. Once you press them together, they're going to form a real tight fit. These holes will be just below the radius of where this drops down in right here, and it'll allow a crack right through there so that you can so that the gases will come up out of there. Now you want to try and seat this as best as possible, and I didn't bring a piece of wood up and a hammer to show you, but I think you guys get what's going on there. You just set it down on here, put your flat piece of wood on here, and gently tap until it bottoms out on the inside. Basically, after it bottoms out on the inside, you're all done. Now, some guys put JB Weld on the inside of this and hold it upside down, but these things get real hot, and I mean real hot when you're using them. JB Weld probably will loosen up with that kind of a heat. If you don't think it's secure enough, you can take a pop rivet gun and in between your 2 holes here at the top edge, get your smallest pop rivet you got, and maybe drill 2 or 3 around through there and put little pop rivets in it. I made one and we've used it and not had any problems with it, but if you don't feel... I've made some of them little penny stoves out of pop cans and had them things explode, kind of just blow up on me a little bit, and it scares the crap out of you. But these here are pretty decent. I'm going to go ahead and dig out of my pack the one that we made, and probably turn the light off and show you what it looks like. Put some alcohol. What I use is SLX denatured alcohol that you guys seen us use the other day, and I'll go ahead and get it lit up and show you how it blooms and everything, and give you a little demonstration. But after you get this all pressed down in, I wouldn't sand none of it on the outside till you get it pressed in. This blue that's on here, I noticed on pop cans, that'll actually heat up and act as an adhesive between these 2 pieces. But once you get it all pressed together and it looks good, if there's anything sticking up, you might want to get you a flat piece of sandpaper, lay it down, and just gently go like this to flatten it out a little bit. But after you get it all done, then you can take some sandpaper and go through and sand all the blue off of it if you want it to be nice and silver, or you can leave the blue on, it won't hurt a bit. But give me a minute and I'll get set up with the alcohol and give you a little burn test to show you what they look like. Okay, I'm back. What I did was I put some of this SLX or denatured alcohol in there, squirt it down in there, and I'm going to light it up. I let it bloom and show you what it looks like. It's real hard to see that flame if you're outside. You just kind of wave your hand over it and you can feel the heat. It gets real hot. But basically that's all there is to it. I sanded all the blue off of this, and I'll get up here and maybe do a zoom down in. I turned the lights off so you guys could see it there. There, it's starting to bloom. And what will happen once it blooms, the inside will go out, and there's what you got. Makes a really nice flame, and hot. My goodness, is that hot. I've got it set on stainless steel because that aluminum can will get hot on it. I don't want to set it on my table, but what I usually do now is I'll take my billy can and hold it over top of it with water in it and just kind of preheat the bottom of the billy can for 5 seconds and then set it down on there, and it'll go ahead and heat my water up. We did a test on this. I think we said in the other video it's about 1 minute to bloom. This bloomed a little faster. In about 6 minutes it'll boil water inside, but outside's about 7 minutes or so, 8, when it's real cold. I didn't have a little windshield on it, but when I was in the woods the other day, but I just put a little bit of alcohol there just to show you what it was going to do. But that's basically all there is to it, guys. Like I said, I All you need basically was some sandpaper, a small drill bit, and a Dremel tool, and some of these heavy-duty aluminum bottles. I don't know if they're still making these heavy-duty aluminum bottles. You can probably still find them around. I don't know, but these aluminum bottles make a real good alcohol stove. The boys and I will be using this more often. I'm going to make up a few of them here. I think I've got 5 of them I can make up. And we'll be using them to do different things throughout the year. It's a real clean way of cooking something if you don't want to make a fire. There's lots of times we'll go down to a local park here in our town, and we could build a fire there if we walk back out in the woods, but you know, if we don't want to build a fire, we can sit right there on, they got like concrete picnic tables they've made, and we can set up our alcohol stove, and we can, or a couple of them, a couple billy cans, and we can, or a frying pan on one, or whatever, and we can go ahead and cook. But I just wanted to give you a quick rundown. Now these things do get hot, so it needs to cool down for a little bit once you get done using it. Give me any, if you got any questions or comments. I know a lot of people's done these videos, and they showed different ways of doing it probably. I just showed the way I did it, and if there's a different way, then knock yourself out if you want. But this is the way I done it, and we're going to be using it. I noticed that when it does bloom inside, it puts out a huge heat source. I mean, you can feel the heat off of it. It's how nice it works. But if you got any questions, give me a comment. Hope this was helpful. I think that's about it. So we're going to have fun with this and give her a whirl if you want and make you one. You don't have to be exact in all the measurements, but it really helps if you do, because you know, these holes have to be below the press area. When these press area right here between the inside and the outside piece, you have to have it to where it's down on this edge right here, or there won't be no hole, no gases can get up through there once it starts to gasify. But anyway, thanks for watching, guys. Feel free to leave any comments. Till next time, we'll see y'all later.